Hello guys, welcome to today's live stream. Okay, so the news was actually very bearish today. You can see it came out negative, lower than expected. PPI monthly was expected as 0.2, it came out 0. Even core PPI, which excludes the food and energy sector, this was expected at 0.3, but this one came out at 0.2. So this was a bearish news for dollar index. And fundamentally, if the news is bearish, then gold should become bullish. Still, what gold is doing is gold is coming down. So this is a very clear example that market does not move with the news all the time. It depends upon what is the technical structure of the market as well. So since the structure is right now bearish in gold, what is the reason? The reason is very simple. Yesterday market took out this high over here, which was the previous day's high. So this was the yesterday's high over here at 4441, and today the high has been taken, but there was no candle closing and market dropped back. So when market dropped over here and market was trading at this level, I updated this in my telegram that market can actually drop from here and market can go down from here. So this was the update which was shared. This was the first update that gold has taken the yesterday's high. Now if it closes below 4396 in 1 hour, if we see any candle closing, then the structure will become bearish and we can look for a short-term sell till our 4-hour POI. Where is our 4-hour POI? This is our 4-hour POI, right? So this is the zone that we want to buy from. So till then, we can look for a selling opportunity. And that's what market has done. Market dropped all the way down and market tapped into the order block initially over here, gave some reaction. If you go to the lower time frame, there were also some buying confirmations from here. There was displacement. If you go to the 1 minute, then there was market structure shift as well. So all those things were there. Okay, still market continued lower, and that's why I told you that if market gives a pullback, which it did, in that case focus on this 1 hour POI, and from here you can look for selling opportunity once again. Why? Because the overall structure is bearish for the intraday. And where should market go next? It should go for this liquidity, which is the low of this 1 hour order block. So what market did was market went up, and this was the fair value gap, by the way, but market went a little bit higher and it tapped the order block over here, which is also fine. It's the same thing. And after that market, what it did was it gave confirmation in the 5 minutes time frame over here. Okay, so there was a very clean and a clear structural confirmation that the 5 minutes has turned bearish and we can look for a short opportunity. But I avoided this short. Why? Because the news was very close, and that's why I avoided this short. But yes, if you took the entry over here, some of my members took the entry, not members, some of my students, those who those who have learned from myself, so they also use the same kind of analysis. So they took the entry, and here you can see market after tapping the fair value gap, it dropped initially, then it went up once again to test the order block, and from here market went down, and market gave 1:1 as well. So when it gives 1:1, generally we do trade management and we move our stop loss to break even. Okay, and we hold the rest of the trade. And in this case, this was very necessary. Why? Because the news was very close. So in the news, you know that most of the times market will sweep some kind of a high or a low before it gives the next move. So in this case, since market had to go down because the technical structure was bearish, what market did was market went up and market took out the liquidity, the last swing high. Okay, and then there was a pullback, and once again market went up, but this was nothing but a trap. Once again, you see the candle closing, this is nothing but a trap. The next candle took out the candle's high, dropped massively, and even enclosed this previous candle. So this was a very clear indication of a short sell setup, and after that market started to go down from here. Okay, so anyhow, the narrative still remains bearish in gold, and our target also still remains the same, which is going to be this liquidity, which is the 1 hour swing low. And after that, obviously market should continue lower because it needs to go and tap this 4 hour order block, and from here we will look for a buying opportunity. Okay, so market is kind of slow, but it's expected. Market has already given very strong movement in the last couple of days, so it can become kind of little ranging right now. So we had a kind of a range over here as well, and similar kind of range is being created over here as well. Okay, so market is not going to move in one single direction all the time. You're not going to see this kind of massive expansions in one single direction. After a strong move, market will start ranging, okay, like this. So it should be expected. Anyhow, so now what to do? Now it's very simple. You can see that the structure has turned bearish once again, and market is coming down. And right now market is actually reacting from this 1 hour order block. So this is an order block, so market will show some reaction, but after all market has to disrespect it and it has to go down because the bias is bearish in the short term. Okay, so our plan is very simple. We can look for a short selling opportunity. So in the 15 minutes, do we have any close POI where the price is trading right now? So the answer is no. In the 30 minutes, I don't really look at the POIs. 30 minutes is something I don't really consider. But yeah, sometimes it can work. Anyhow, so let's look at the 5 minutes. In the 5 POI, so the answer is no, everything has been mitigated. We have only this order block over here, which is very far away from where the market is trading right now. So in that case, we have got a POI over here, which is going to be this fair value gap. So if market is not able to go all the way down to take out this liquidity, okay, so it has already done that. Okay, so yeah, so while I was just thinking that if market gives a pullback to this zone and from here we will look for a short opportunity, by then market just came down and market has taken out the liquidity, which is nice because we are looking to buy gold from this 4 hour POI, right? So this is where our focus is going to be. Also, I want to see whether this last liquidity has been taken or not in the 4 hour, because in the 4 hour, this is the structure. We have got the swing high, then the swing low, and after that, this was the last breakout. So now this low becomes the liquidity for the 4 hour time frame. So the low is at 4356.7. Here the low is at 4357.395. Okay, so the low hasn't been taken yet. Okay, it came very close, but it did not take this swing low yet. Okay, so yeah, we can still look for a short opportunity. Let's see what's going on over here. So in the 5 minutes, we can see, will this be a POI? Let's see what happens. Okay, market has already tapped it, so it's not a valid POI anymore. Okay, if we look at the, so the 1 hour liquidity has been taken. If we look at the 1 minute time frame, okay, so in the 1 minute we have got, I'm not a 1 minute time frame trader, but I'm just looking at the 1 minute because the 5 minute does not have any kind of POI over here. Okay, so market took out this high, and then we have got another pending order block over here. So if it shows a rejection from here, you can take a short entry. Obviously, this will be a very high risk entry because you're not going to use any kind of confirmation over here because the room is very small over here. So we don't have any room for a strong confirmation. And also this is the 1 minute time frame structure, so we cannot use 1 minute time frame confirmation for a 1 minute time frame structure. Okay, so in that case, if there is a rejection from here, you can take a short entry like this. Put your stop loss above this last swing high because you have got a pending order block over here as well. So it's possible that market can push a little bit higher to test this one as well, and then market can go down. Okay, but this is obviously a very high risk entry. So if you want to take an entry, then this is the kind of entry you have to take. And the target according to the structure is going to be over here, which is at 4356.7. Okay. 4356.7. So this is very close to where the price came over here. Okay, so market has tapped the POI over here, the order block, and now I want to see a rejection from this zone. Okay, so if we see that, then we can take a short opportunity. But once again, this is not a high probable entry because we're looking at the 1 minute time frame structure. So in that case, if you take the entry, make sure you risk very, very small. Okay, so yeah, let's see what happens. We have still got 26 minutes left, so a lot of time left for this 1 hour candle to close. Okay. Okay, guys, to like the stream, if you're enjoying the stream, and also if you're looking at my channel for the first time, you can subscribe to the channel. And for more updates, you can join my free Telegram channel over here. I share every single move in 4 hour, in 1 hour, everything over here. Every single move is being updated over here. Okay, so till now there is no rejection. Market is still showing some strength over here, but we want to see a strong rejection. Only then we'll be interested to take a selling opportunity. But once again, this is not a high probable entry, so in that case, make sure you keep your risks small. I want to see a strong candle, red candle closing, not a wick, not a doji like this. Doji is an indecisive candle. I want to see a strong red candle closing, a strong rejection, which shows that the sellers are interested over here and market can go down from here. But till now, there is nothing like that. You can see that another bullish candle is being printed right now, which has taken out the last candle's high. So as long as there is no strong rejection candle, we cannot take any entry yet. Okay, if we look at the 5 minutes, okay, there is no POI over here. If we look at the 15 minutes, once again, there is nothing. Okay. My net is kind of slow today, so yeah, just I don't think my net is slow. I think Wanda is actually having some issues with some particular time frames because other peers are working just fine. But Wanda is giving some issues with the 1 minute time frame. Okay, so in that case, we can focus on this one as well. It's the same chart. In the 1 minute, we have got this POI in the 1 minute time frame. Till now, there is no rejection, which we wanted to see to short gold from here. But till now, there is no strong rejection from here. Okay, let's look at silver as well. What's going on? Okay, so in silver, this was the level which was shared with you potentially yesterday. I told you that if market drops in the 4 hours, since there is no POI, then we are going to focus on this last swing low. And once market takes this low, if there is some kind of a bullish reaction, then you can look for a buying opportunity. And here, if I look at the 15 minutes time frame, okay, there is some issues in, I don't know what's going on. But anyhow, let's come back to the 1 minute and see what's okay. We have got a strong reaction candle, guys. We can take a short entry from here. Stop loss you can keep at this last swing high. Okay, just give a little bit of room over here, little bit, not much. Target is going to be at 4357.6. Okay, so this is going to be the target. 56.7 over here. Okay, so this is going to be your trade setup, guys. You can sell gold right now. Stop loss will be at this swing high and it'll be targeting this low at 4356.9. I've adjusted the price with the spread. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be your entry according to the 1 minute time frame structure. So if you want to take this entry, you can sell gold right now. Once again, it's not a very high probable entry setup because we are looking at the 1 minute time frame for our reference, and according to that we are taking the entry. Okay, and also this is not a very strong confirmation, it's just one single candle, and based on that we have taken the entry. So yeah, let's see how this plays out. If this high gets taken, then obviously it's a very high chance that the entry is going to hit our stop loss. But let's see what happens. Since this is the 1 minute POI, the order block, so from here market has given a rejection candle, so it's expected that market should go down from here. Okay, so let's see how this trade plays out. So right now market has reacted from this order block over here, and market gave this strong candle, but as long as there is no closing above this last high, it can once again drop down. Okay, so that's why I gave a little bit of room on the upside, because one, this is a 1 minute time frame structure, and secondly there are actually high time frame structures on the upside. If I look at the 5 minutes, there are some POIs over here. If I look at the 15 minutes, then there also we have got some POIs. We have got this fair value gap, and from here also market can go down. Okay, so that's why I gave a little bit of room on the upside. Okay, so now this has become a low probable entry. Why? Because market has given us a closing, and along with that market has given us a displacement. So now if market drops and taps this fair value gap over here, you can actually close your entry at 50% of the actual loss. Okay, whatever you're risking, so you can close at 50% risk, because okay, so market went directly up, that's also fine. So market has hit our stop loss. Okay, so anyhow, this was according to the 1 minute time frame. According to the 1 minute time frame structure, we had this bearish move over here, the breakdown, and we entered from this POI once we got the strong candle closing in the 1 minute time frame. Okay, so now since market has broken above, it's very clear that market wants to continue higher. In that case, we can focus on the higher time frame POIs like the 5 minutes and the 15 minutes. So in the 5 minutes, this has already been tapped. We had this fair value gap over here and the order block. So it has been tapped already. The high is at 83.98, the low is at 83.93. Okay, so it has been tapped. So above that we have got this POI, which is still unmitigated. So from this zone we can look for a new short opportunity. Okay, So now we just have to wait for market to push higher, tap the zone, and from here we can look for a sell. But this is the 5 minutes POI, okay? And in the 15 minutes also, we have got another POI, which is closer to the current price, which is going to be over here. So we are going to focus on this one, and this is going to be our main point of interest because this is a high time frame POI, and this is also closer to where the price is currently trading. Okay, so there is a very high chance that market will show a strong reaction from here, and since the structure remains bearish, market should go down from here. Okay, I'll also like to look at the 1 hour time frame structure, whether any kind of POIs are getting created or not. Okay, so till now we can see that there is a fair value gap over here, but market is filling this price. I mean this gap. In that case, there won't be any kind of POI in the 1 hour time frame. So for that, we have to, I mean, if you want to be sure whether there is any kind of POI, we have to wait 16 minutes for the candle to close, and only then we'll have a very clean and a clear POI in the 1 hour time frame. If that happens, if we see a POI, then from there also we can look for a short opportunity. Basically, the 15 minutes POI, 1 hour POI, they are going to align into the same zone, and from there, using the 1 minute or the 5 minutes, we can look for a sell setup in gold. Okay, so the structure is still bearish. Market has taken out this low over here, which is actually previous day low. So it has taken out the yesterday's low, and we know every daily candle's high and low has got liquidity. Every session's high and low has got liquidity. Weekly candle high and low has got liquidity. So in that case, market has taken out a huge liquidity because it has taken out previous candle's low, and that's why we are seeing this kind of strong reaction from 4360 to 4380. So $20 worth of move has happened. It's only because market has taken out a massive liquidity, which is previous day's low. Okay, so yeah, so this is the 15 minutes POI, and from here we will look for a short opportunity. Okay, so like I was saying, it has taken out the previous candle's low. So you can see this is the daily low, and market has taken out the low, and that's why we see this massive reaction on the upside. Okay, but nothing to worry. We know that the structure still remains bearish, so we'll be trading according to the structure, and that's why we'll be looking for the 15 minutes POI over here. From here, with confirmation, we can take a sell entry. So the 15 minutes POI has been tapped. You can see over here, this is the 15 minutes fair value gap, and it has been tapped. Now, if we see confirmation in the 1 minute time frame, then we can look for a short opportunity once again. And this is going to be obviously a high probable entry because our entry is going to be from a 15 minutes POI. Last time we took the entry from 1 minute POI just based on one single candle, but this time we'll be using some strong confirmation to enter from the 1 minute time frame. Okay, so I don't know what's the problem. Like some brokers are having issues with some particular time frames. Like in Wanda, we are having the problem with the 1 minute, but in this one, the 1 minute time frame is working pretty fine. So anyhow, since this is the 1 minute time frame, so we can use any broker. It's the same candle, same timing, so we don't have to worry. Anyhow, so yeah, this is the 1 minute time frame, and till now market is pushing higher directly, so there is no market structure shift level. The market structure shift level is going to be over here, which is too far away. In that case, if I see a displacement and then a change in state of delivery in the 1 minute, then we can look for a short opportunity from here. Okay, so let's wait for that. Let's wait for the rejection to take place, displacement to get created, and then on CIST we can take a short entry in gold. Okay, so this is the zone in the 15 minutes, and from here we are looking to sell. Also, those who use Fibonacci, so this is the last swing high, this is the last swing low. Market has tapped the zone above the 50%, So we have got the discount zone over here, and from here we want to look for a short opportunity. Okay, so from here we have got this fair value gap, we have got this fair value gap, we have got this order block. So there are multiple POIs to watch, but yes, this is the first zone, so this becomes the most important. So if we see rejection from here, if we see confirmation from here in the 1 minute, only then we'll be executing our sell setup. Okay, so let's wait for that. Do like the stream, guys, if you find it helpful, and also if you want more updates and gold, you can join my Telegram channel completely free. The link is given below in the description. Okay, so no reaction from here, so it's very clear that the buyers are still controlling the market. The buyers are still overpowering the sellers in this region over here. So let's see what market does. It's still possible that market can drop back down and close below the fair value gap in the 15 minutes. It's still possible. Okay, so just because the candle closed in the 1 minute, it's not that we become bullish or anything. It can be just a trap, because as you know, market is trapping the buyers again and again before going down, because it's pretty obvious market needs liquidity for the next move. Okay, so in that case, it can trap some buyers over here, and then it can start displacement and it can go down. Okay, so we are going to stick to our bias, which is still bearish, and once we get the confirmation, only then we will enter a trade. I think Wanda has got some liquidity issues. From time to time, it just becomes very slow. It just hangs up for whatever reason. Anyhow, so let's get back to this one. Okay, so let's look at the calendar. Tomorrow we have got retail sales, consumer sentiment. Okay. Next week we have got FOMC meeting minutes. So not much news next week, so market can relatively remain slow. So keep that in mind. Okay, so market is showing rejection from the 15 minutes fair value gap, like I said. So it's possible that this was nothing but a buyer trap, and the market can go down from here. Okay, so in 1 hour, there is no POI over here. There is no POI over here. So now if it wants to go down, it has to go down from the 15 minutes POI. Okay, so it's still pushing higher. So there is no confirmation yet, I guess. For whatever reason, I'm not able to look at the zone in the 1 minute time frame. Okay, now it's working. Anyhow, so in the 1 minute, we can see that there was the pullback over here, and then market has gone up once again, but there is no displacement in the 1 minute. But yes, we've got a structure shift level now. Okay, we have got a structure shift level, So now if market does something like this, if it goes up, takes the high and then drops back, then this is going to be a market structure shift confirmation. And then we can look for a short opportunity. Okay, so this is going to be the plan. So let's see if market is able to give the market structure shift confirmation, then we will look for an entry from here and we'll be targeting this last low. Okay, so let's see. Okay, let's look at other pairs as well. What's going on over here? Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, let's see. I'll update you if there is any kind of setup. According to AlgoPath, I can see that we had this high at 35. So those who don't know about AlgoPath, I don't think that you'll be able to understand what I'm talking about. So anyhow, this is the 35 high. Now if 47, this is 35 by the way. Okay, so I'll just mark it over here. This is 35. Okay, so did it actually take out any liquidity? No. Okay, that's fine, but it has created an important high over here. Now market has dropped. Now if market is able to create a swing low over here at either 47 or 50 or 53 or 56, if it is able to create any kind of swing low, and then if it starts to push higher like this, then we can look for a short opportunity. Okay, and the short opportunity is going to come from the times 11, 14. Okay, so this will be the all of these are minutes by the way of the hour. So right now this is the Zurich timing by the way, it's UTC plus 2. So this was created on 1635. Right now it's 1650 has created a low, but I want to see a liquidity sweep getting taken over here, and then markets, if it starts to push higher, then that is going to be a very strong setup in my view. And then once market creates a high, and here also if it takes out a liquidity like this and it drops back in this time at 11:14 of the next hour, so right now it's 16, so 17:11, 17:14, if we see a high, in that case we can look for a short opportunity from that high, and we can target the low that will be created over here in these times. Okay, 47.50, 53 or 56. Okay, so this is based on AlgoPath by the way, and yeah, I don't want to really go into detail in all of that. So all those things are being taught in my mentorship, because these things cannot be taught over here because it's not very easy and you have to grasp it in private mentorship. In public, it's not very easy to explain the algopaths, because market has different algopaths. Okay, there are various algopaths. There are basically two algopaths, two algorithms that drives the market. And yeah, so anyhow, so we'll just look at it. If market is able to create, so it has created a low over here. Now if it is able to regain once again and start to push higher, then we'll have a swing low over here, and that is going to be a strong low. So we'll wait for market to go up till the 11 and 14 minutes of the next hour, and there if we see a swing high being created, then we can look for a short opportunity, and we'll be targeting the low that will be created at this time. Okay, so let's see, 56 has already created a low, and we have got a liquidity sweep as well. Okay, so let's see if it is able to now push higher. If that happens, then we'll have a short setup, at these times of the next hour. So I'll update you. Let's see. Anyhow, let's come back over here and let's play with the structure. So in the 1 minute, market is still kind of sideways. Nothing much has happened. No displacement, no market structure shift. It's still sideways. Okay. So in that case, it's possible that market wants to push higher. If that happens, then we have to focus on the extreme POI in the 15 minutes, which is going to be over here. Okay. And from here, we will look for a short opportunity. Okay. So this is going to be the plan. Okay, and market is kind of ranging. If you look at the overall structure, there is not much has happened. Like I said, we had a range over here previously, some kind of a wave 4 correction, I guess, according to the Elliott wave analogy. And similarly, we have got a correction over here as well. So let's see what market does. Even if market goes up and takes out this high, that's also fine. Once market takes out this high, then also it can drop back. Okay, so let's see what market does over here. But there is no POI that is unmitigated. In the 1 hour, everything has been mitigated. In the 4 hour, there is nothing. So the only thing that we have is the 1 hour liquidity. So since the structure is like this, market created this low, then the high, and after that a new low. Now this last high, swing high, becomes the most important level. If it goes all the way up, so it can manipulate this high, basically double manipulation, and then market can drop. Okay, so the structure remains bearish. The only question is from which zone it is going to drop. Okay, so this is the puzzle that you have to figure out when you are trading the market structure. Anyhow, so let's see what's going on in 1 minute. No high has been taken. Okay, so it's still sideways over here, and it's just I mean, it is not going down. It is still kind of consolidating over here, which tells me that market has a very high probability that it will go up and will test this zone. Okay, and from there, if we get confirmation, then we will sell. Okay, apart from that, silver is also given a movement from this order block over here in the 1 hour. So now let's look at the 15 minutes. In the 15 minutes, is there any POI which is unmitigated? Then the answer is no. In that case, is there any 1 hour POI over here? No. Is there any 4 hour POI? No, nothing like that. Okay, so silver can just take out the previous candle's high, and then it can become bearish again and it can start to drop. Okay, so yeah, if gold starts to drop, then obviously silver is also going to go down. But since there is no POI over here, in that case, I cannot give you any level for a short opportunity. Okay, so let's wait and watch what market does over here. Okay, let's go back to gold once again. The 1 hour candle has closed and there is no POI in the 1 hour. In that case, like I said, we'll be focusing on the 15 minutes time frame. Okay, so let's see what happens now. We're still bearish. The question is whether market is going to go down from here, which I don't think is going to happen, because if it had to happen, market would have already dropped. But since market is sustaining at this level, market has a very high chance of pushing into this zone, and from here, with confirmation, we will look for a short opportunity. Okay, let's look at NASDAQ, what's going on. So market is actually pushing higher from here. This was the 56 low. Okay, 50. Okay, so market is trying to create some kind of a support level over here. You can see multiple rejection is coming place. So some kind of a low is being tried to being created over here. This was at 1700. Okay. Okay, so this is also valid. This is also a valid liquidity sweep. Okay, so the liquidity sweep has been taken and now market is pushing higher. Okay, that's nice. So now it needs to go and creates a high at 1114 of 17. So 1711, 1714, this is where the high should be created, and then we can look for a selling opportunity. Okay, so let's just wait for that. Anyhow, so right now there is no entry in gold. Wait for the zone over here. Once we get confirmation from here, we will sell. Okay, so I think market is coming down just to tap this 15 minutes POI over here, and then once again it will go up and it is going to test this zone, and from here we will sell. Okay, so we are not going to look to buy over here, we will look to sell once we get the confirmation from this extreme POI. Okay, so right now we are not interested to take any entry. Even if there is a bullish reaction from this zone, we are not interested to go for any buying opportunity. Okay, we've got a 5 minutes POI over here as well, so from here also market can push higher. Okay guys, do like the stream if you find it helpful, and also if you're watching me for the first time, you can subscribe to the channel, and for more updates in gold you can join my Telegram channel completely free. The link is in the description below. Okay, so market is playing a different algorithm or a different path. So in that case, we're not interested to take any entry, even if market pushes higher, because this liquidity has been taken once again, and this is at 1704. So this pathway is not valid anymore, because 35 should have created at low at this times. But since that did not happen, market has extended the time zone over here. In that case, we're not interested to follow this path. A different path may be playing out, but we're not interested in that. Okay, so there is no entry based on the algo path in NASDAQ right now. Okay, okay, so the structure is bullish and market is going for this liquidity next at 30,326. In that case, we can look for a buying opportunity according to the structure. So this was the last breakout. So if market drops and tests this POI, and from here we can look for a buying opportunity. Okay, so from here, once market taps, gives confirmation in the 5 minutes, you can look for a buying opportunity, and you can target the swing high in the daily, which is over here. Okay, because it's pretty clear market has broken above this liquidity. So where is it going for? It's going for this liquidity next. Okay, so you can look for a buying opportunity, and if you can target that swing high. Okay, so this will be my trade plan according to the structure in NASDAQ. Okay. This is also a perfect break and retest setup. Those who trade triangles, so for them, this was a very clean and a clear triangle over here. We had this upward resistance over here. We had this support over here. Market broke it, and now it should come down, test it, and from here, market should push higher. Okay. So even for chart pattern traders, this is a very clean and a clear setup. Okay. So wait for the drop, wait for the retest, and then you will look for a buying opportunity. Okay, let's come back to gold. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so market is going down from here directly. So yeah, it's possible that market has become bearish once again. But right now I don't want to comment in that because I was waiting for this zone. And from this zone, there was no strong confirmation. You can see that market did not give any market structure shift. Even there was no displacement in the 1 minute time frame. The displacement only came place over here, and once it started to drop, market started to go down directly. So it's possible that this was just a buyer's trap, and after that market has started to go down. It's very much possible. Just like over here we had the strong candle closing and then market dropped. So similarly, the exact kind of setup has been played out over here as well. And here you can see there was no candle closing on the upside of this fair value gap. It was just a week, and then market reversed. But since there was no strong confirmation in the 1 minute which we are waiting for, so we did not make any entry. Okay, so that's completely fine. Market can give you once again an opportunity. Maybe it will create some kind of a new POI over here. In the 15 minutes, we can see a very strong imbalance candle. So wait for the candle closing, and after that there will be another candle. So if you see any kind of a new POI over here, so from there also on retest, you can look for a short opportunity and you can trade this bearish trend. Okay, so you don't have to worry, you don't have to enter in FOMO or anything like that. Wait for the candle closing to happen, and then from a new POI you can look for a new selling opportunity. Okay, so yeah, that's it in gold. The structure still remains bearish. I hope the structure is clear to you. We're still looking for buying opportunity from this zone, but till that happens, till market drops and taps the zone, we are looking for short-term selling opportunity using the 1 hour and the 15 minutes time frame for our entries, right? So yeah, this is what we're looking at. But once market taps this zone, from here with confirmation in the 15 minutes, once we see displacement or market structure shift from here, we will look for a buying opportunity and we'll be targeting the last swing high. Okay, so hope that makes things clear. The structure is still bullish in the 4 hour, but in the 1 hour, obviously the structure is bearish and market is dropping. So wait for market to continue lower, test the zone, and from here with confirmation, you will buy gold. Okay. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you had a nice session. You understood what we're looking at, the structure, the concept is clear, the market structure, you don't have any confusion about that. And once again, if you want more updates in gold, you can join my Telegram channel completely free. You can find the link in the description. All the moves are shared over here, and I personally trade these moves, so that's why I share with you. It's not some random moves. Yeah, so there is reason behind every kind of POIs. We have got market structure, bias, and POIs, so all coming in to give you this kind of analysis. Okay, and it is for free, obviously. So I know many people won't value it as much because it comes for free, but obviously if you have been following me for some time, you know that these POIs actually work, and these are not just random zones I'm drawing out here in the chart. Market, whenever reacts from these POIs, I mean whenever market goes to these POIs, it does show some kind of reaction. Okay, so that's it for today. I will see you with more updates on my channel, and possibly I will come tomorrow as well in the live. But yeah, tomorrow the market can remain slow. We have got only the FOMC meeting minutes. Apart from that, there is nothing much. And also on Thursday, there is no big news. On Friday also there is not much. So market can just remain sideways for the rest of the week. That's also possible. Okay, so yeah, this is what I'm looking at currently. Hope everything is clear. And in the weekly, we can see a massive POI getting created. So it's possible that in the upcoming week, we see a drop and a test of this zone. And possibly if we see displacement in the daily, as you know, Market is testing this monthly order block right now. So if we see displacement in the daily, then market will be ready to go down. But if there is no displacement in the daily, in that case, it's possible that market can come down, test this weekly POI, and from here, once again, it may become bullish. Okay, that's also a possibility. That is a bullish possibility. But if we see displacement in the daily, then that is going to be a bearish move for gold, and we'll look for a selling opportunity, a swing opportunity in gold, and we'll be targeting this last extreme low at $3,940. So let's just see what market does in the upcoming days, in the daily, in the weekly, what is the kind of closing, and also next week, whether market shows some kind of a bullish reaction from this weekly POI or not. So everything is going to decide what is going to be the next major move in gold. Okay. So I'll update every single thing, every single move in every single time frames in my channel. So make sure you are over there so that you don't miss anything. Okay. So that will be it for today. I'll see you tomorrow.